Hi, you are tuned into another episode of the Business in Shape with Leela podcast. I'm your host Leela, your business magical genie, an online business manager here to grant your operational wishes with systems, processes, and automation hacks that will optimize your workflows, making your coaching business more efficient and saving you hours of time you spend inside your business. Hello, welcome back to Business in Shape with Leela podcast. So today I am going to completely transform how you think about launches. And I mean completely. Because here is the truth bomb I need to drop right away. If your launches are overwhelming, you are probably doing twice the work you actually need to do. I know, right? So let that sink in for a moment. You see, as a launch manager and strategist, I have had the privilege of being the behind the scenes magic maker for 40 plus coaches so far. And let me tell you, nothing lights me up more than taking all those moving parts off my clients' plates and turning their launch chaos into calm and strategic success. Because here is what I have noticed we tend to overcomplicate launches because we think more effort equals better results. But here is the reality the most successful launches I have ever managed were actually the simplest ones. Let me share a story. Not a story, let me share the incident. Last year, I was working with Ellen, a mindset coach who came to me totally burnt out. She had this amazing program with her, but she was trying to do all the things like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, everyday lives, weekly webinars, three different lead magnets. She was exhausted before she even started selling. As her launch manager, after I onboarded, the first thing I did was take all those technical pieces off her plate, all the setup, automation, timeline management, everything that was keeping her up at night. That became my responsibility. Then we cut everything down to just three core elements. Yes, just three. And guess what? Her launch brought in more clients than all her previous complicated launches combined. You want to know what are those three elements were? First thing, one powerful story. Instead of creating tons of content across all the platforms, we focused on crafting a single compelling story that truly resonated with her audience. We used this story everywhere in emails, in social media posts, and her sales pages everywhere. It was about her own journey from overwhelm to clarity. And it hit with her audience very well because it was real, raw, and relatable. And I handled all the technical implementation. So Ellen could focus purely on sharing her story authentically on her social media platforms. The second core element we focused on was one clear path. So rather than offering multiple ways to engage, what we did was we created a single clear journey for her potential clients. Basically, a funnel, one single funnel, one lead magnet that transitioned naturally into one webinar that led to her one offer. No confusion, no overwhelm, just clarity. And the best part, she didn't have to worry about setting up any of it because that's what having a launch manager like me is all about. And the third core element we focused on is one genuine connection point. So instead of trying to be everywhere, Ellen focused on showing up fully in just one place on her Instagram, especially Instagram stories. That's it. No complicated content calendar, no cross platform posting. Nothing wrong in posting across the platforms, but this is what we tried to be on one place. So just genuine daily connections with her audience where they already were. So meanwhile, I handled everything else like the email sequences, the landing pages, the tech setup, the timeline management, all those moving parts that requires for this launch that usually creates overwhelm for her Ellen. I have taken off them. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, But Leela, won't I miss out on opportunities if I simplify this much? Okay, let me ask you this. Would you rather have a launch that reaches everyone but connects with no one, or a launch that deeply resonates with exactly the right people? And here is another question for you. What if you didn't have to figure out all the technical pieces by yourself? Right? So here is what happens when you simplify your launch and have a launch manager in your corner. First thing is you will have more energy to actually connect with your audience because someone else is handling the moving parts like tech. The second benefit is your message becomes more clearer because it's not diluted across platforms. And the third one is your potential clients are not confused anymore about how to work with you. And the fourth one is you can focus on being the amazing coach you are while your launch is handled by a launch manager like me. They will take care of all the rest of the things. And the final thing, most important thing, you actually enjoy the whole process, right? So let me give you a practical exercise right now. Grab a piece of paper. I will wait for you. Okay, got the paper? Okay, I want you to write down everything you are planning for your next launch. Every single thing, every single task. First, write down. Now, look at that list and ask yourself these three questions. First question, which of these elements, which of these things, or which of these tasks directly helps my ideal client understand how I can help them? The second question is which activities genuinely play to my strengths? And third thing is which task am I doing just because I think I should do it? So here is the permission slip you might need today. You can cross off everything in that third category. Yes, really. Those shoulds are usually what make launches feel overwhelming. You remember Ellen's story? When she crossed off her shoulds, her list went from 50 tasks to just 15. And those 15, they were all tasks she either enjoyed or knew were truly impactful. So here is your breakthrough launch strategy. Choose one core story that illustrates the transformation you offer to your audience. Pick one platform where you will show up consistently. Create one clear path for your audience to follow. And then show up with full energy because you're not spread thin anymore. The magic is not in doing more, it is in doing less, but doing it with intention and heart and doing the right things. And hey, if you are sitting there thinking, this sounds amazing, but I have no idea how to implement all those moving parts, that's exactly why I am here. As your launch manager and strategist, I can take all of that off your plate because you shouldn't have to choose between having a successful launch and maintaining your sanity. You can have both. And that's what I help my clients achieve every single day with every single launch. So before we end today's episode, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will stop comparing your launch to everyone else. Promise that you will trust that simplicity can be powerful. And promise that you will give yourself permission to do less but do it better. So, your homework from this podcast episode, take that list you wrote and start crossing things off. Be harsh, be ruthless. Keep only what truly serves you and your clients. And if you need a cheerleader in your corner, come and share your simplified launch plan with me on my Instagram at leelapadmaja.co. I want to celebrate your courage to do less. Remember, your next launch doesn't have to be bigger. It just needs to be more aligned with who you are and what your clients truly need. And you don't have to do it alone. This is your launch bestie Leela reminding you that sometimes the best way to level up is to scale down. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.